What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing this fine evening? Hoping everybody's doing okay. Hoping that my screen is not jumping and strange, but if it is, y'all let me know. But howdy, howdy. Um, Glad to see everybody here. Um, Not gonna be on here crazy long tonight, but I am gonna be here for y'all today. I don't want to make you get used to me being here Wednesdays and not come on Wednesdays, but try to get back to doing this regular like I'm supposed to. But if stuff gets in the way, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm not gonna be on here just because things happen sometimes. You got to do stuff. But light day at work today, thankfully, and was able to get home a little bit early and get some work done on a plane. So, um, but thanks to everybody for being here. I'm gonna set this up. Yes, I did see that picture, Ducky. I'll get to you in a minute. But uh, what I want to get out of the way first, because I did say I did that announcement of the sale, and I think a lot of people were probably on vacation because it was a holiday weekend. So a lot of people were probably out. So let's just get that out of the way first because I am putting on a sale and I'm calling it a little different, customer appreciation / cyber deal days. But I want to show those banners real quick so people will understand what's going on with it. But the biggest deal right now is going to be on the free wing outrunner setups. So the free wing outrunner setups are all on sale for $25 off. Uh, Normal price is $60. Take 25 off. I believe that's 35. So that's including shipping in the U.S. It's going to be a little bit more for if you're gonna order out of the country. There is some shipping involved there, but free wing outrunners, those are the biggest deal right now. 80 millimeter to 90 millimeter. I don't think there's very few people that make them that fit, that work, that don't hurt your thrust. Mine don't hurt your thrust, and mine fit really well, and mine work. So um, that is the deal for those guys. I'm also doing a deal on the regular um, in runners as well. Those are going to be $15 off. So that's going to be 45 instead of 60. Um, but that does not include the shimmering for either. But if okay, so shimmering are not included in that, but the regular burners are. So 25 off for the free wing outrunners. Let me go back. So that could be, so the singles are 60 normally, so take 25 off of that. The twins are normally 100, so take 25 off of that. So there you go. Now, if you go to these guys, the in runners, so it's $15 off just for the regular. $15 off for in runners, and it's going to be um, so 15 off of 60 for singles, and then 15 off of 100 for the in runner. So if you want to get a burner and you want to save a little bit of money, now's the time. And I'll keep that going for a while. I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to go quick. No, the only one where it's going to be a little iffy is going to be with the outrunners because I only have a limited quantity of those. So, but the in runners, I'll have those for a while. But I want to put a deal out there because I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me over the years. I started this in 2018, late 2008. Crap, all this time helping promote and also money out of their own pockets to buy my stuff, and I appreciate it. People from all over the world have done this, all over the country. So thanks to you, and this is my way of giving back a little bit to take some money off. I do all the work myself right here in my living room or out on my patio. Not a big company. I'm not a big organization that has a whole bunch of employees or any of that stuff. It's just me, myself, and I like flying RC planes, and I like doing things that make people enjoy the hobby even more. So if you have any questions, you can check me out on my website. A lot of people have been hitting me up on the website lately. Thank you for that. Gooniac33.me. You can submit a form. I guess my email and all that other stuff there if you want to ask about the burners. I don't have a store because I want it to be a little bit more personal. I don't want people just to get on there and order stuff with the cart and all that. I'd rather do the sales individual, which is the way I've done it, and I've sold over 4,000 of these, and I've done every single transaction individual. So that's the way it's going to stay until I decide to change it, because I don't want this to be so impersonal that you're just going to click buy instead of actually interacting with someone. So Gooniac33.me, check it out. Go get that out of the way. Now I want to get up and say howdy to all the people that have come into chat. So let's get the shout outs going. So Mr. Big Chris was here first. What's up, Big Chris? How are you? And he is a member. If you have any questions about supporting the channel or becoming a member or any of that stuff, we're getting merchandise. Take a look in the description below. It shows you how to do all that. But Big Chris is a member, and it's very much appreciated. Mr. Victor RC Jets is here, not doing something else for once. What's up, Victor? Mr. Pete Lane's here. Mr. Anthony Lashi is here. Randy Huffins got jokes. Here, check that out. That's kind of funny. But Randy Huffins is here. Who else? Duck Sauce FPV. I guess he said he had knee surgery, so I'm sure you're going to heal up pretty quick, but get well soon and work on some planes while you're sitting there, right? Mr. Hanger 51, Mr. Kenny, what's happening? JCB 67, what is up with you? Who else? Tim Justins, what's up with you, Tim? They're in the PNW. Who else? Turn that heater off. It is frying me. Anthony Lashi, I don't know if I said howdy to you, but I am again if I did. Angelo Lopez, what's up? Lionel Randall, what is up? I got stuff coming to you, Lionel. Mr. Slapnuts, what's happening? Mr. Philip Alonso, what is up with you? Mr. Michael Bear, got a good amount of people here. Mr. Airvex, what's up with you? Mr. Max Willig, are you here in town, Max? I haven't been to Tomcats. I just fixed my car from having been broken on the way to Tomcats. But what's up, Max? How are you? Good to see you. It's been over a year since that thing's been flapping around. I finally got it fixed. So it looks like that's it for now, but I'll shout you guys out as I see you. So one thing I wanted to do was the sale, and I talked about that already. So another thing I want to talk to y'all about was some of the new airing planes that are out there now. We had a couple releases. One that we already knew about, but it was taking a while for them to actually officially announce it because we knew it was going on there and over in China and Hong Kong, Taiwan, wherever the hell it is. But the FMS 80 millimeter F-86. So I'm gonna drop the link in there. This is the one from FairRC. But from what I've seen, you can see this. You can get this plane from several different places here in the U.S. So you can get it directly from FMS, or you can get it from FairRC, which is the link that I used, or you can even use it, get it from Hobby Zone. So just 3 different ways you can get it. But the plane looks good. I'm getting people blinging. I hope it's not saying that my stuff's messed up. But yeah, so take a look. And I happen to put one in the cart and push order. So I ordered one, and I don't know when it's going to be here. Have to check the shipping info. But the thing got all these cool features that the other one doesn't, and I was comparing the dimensions between the two, and it looks like the FMS is actually just a tad bigger, and the dimensions look like they're a little bit more to scale maybe. But the plane is, both of the ones on the market look good because we've got the 80 from Freewing. That one actually looks really good, and it's the one that's been around for the longest, but it's an old design. That's the only problem. It's been around for a long time, and they don't have the newer, updated ways of doing things. So it's a one-piece wing. It's got older design on the inside. The ducting's a little weird. It's got little plastic pieces inside covering things. The nose gear's always been an issue on this plane, on the one from Freewing. So, but it's really good looking, and it's actually really good flyer too. but you know, it's older. That's why kind of the reason why I put off getting it, because I didn't want to, you know, spend top dollar on something that was old. So I spent a little bit of time going back and forth figuring out what I was going to do, and I stuck with the FMS because it's got a lot more features that work it out. You know, it's got air brakes. It's actually got pretty good graphics on it. The paint was good. It has the drop tanks. The landing gear looks really good. The nose gear, and it's got lights. The free wing doesn't have lights. So if I were to get the free wing, I'd have to add all that stuff to it. This one comes with it though, which is good. So it's got the landing lights. They don't pop out like the real one, but it does have the landing lights. It does have the nav lights. Has the new updated FMS fan, which is the 2000 kV with a 36 millimeter motor. So it's actually really going to be a really good performer. Digital metal gear servos. So yeah, so that one's on the way. The coolest thing is it's got air brakes and it's got a weathered cockpit. All this cool stuff added to it. So the dimensions are good. It looks pretty good. I don't know how it looks compared to the free wing, but it's obviously not the same plane. They are a little different. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. And I've been wanting an F-86, so now I can actually get one that happens to be newer. So cool. So happy about that. Not sure when it's coming. Yeah, Max, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the Rafales, even though it's a 2100 kV in the Rafale, it's actually less powerful than the 2000 kV just because of the size of the motor. It's a 36 millimeter motor, so you're going to get more torque, you get more RPM, and it's a better design, so you actually get more airflow. So the 2000 actually performs better. At the 2000 and a couple planes that had a 2100 originally, and it's a lot quieter and better on amps. It's got less amps, but it's got more thrust and more RPMs, which is good. So, and Rafale, I've got one of those sitting at home. I mean, not in home right now, it's in storage, but it's in a box. I even have these nozzles for it, and that's what I'm going to talk about today too on my F-15. So we shall see. And yeah, Max, a lot of people, the RC Geek, those things actually did pretty good. This is doing the same thing, but it replaces the whole nozzle. So 3D printed. And then I got my F-15 worked out finally. Did that today. So cool. Michael Bear got some flying in. Need to do some flying. I'm going to go fly this weekend. I'm taking this F-15 out. The plan is to change it to 7S, but I have to change the ESC for that. So since I've gotten the nozzles on, I changed those out. I'm going to, I'll show you guys here in a little bit. Put those nozzles on. It's a significant difference. Should have taken pictures of the two. But yeah, it's going to be better, significantly smaller. You know, it's funny, they spent a whole lot of time on the nozzles. This is before 3D printing, but they're go to original. Max, you're talking about the Rafale, and yes, you're right, it did. It was the FSA was wrong on the Rafale. So when you put those nozzles on, it helps. And then these nozzles are smaller too, so it's going to be better. And also, yes, I did see the Twin Otter. You know what? There was one from Flex. There's also one from X-Fly. Let me see. Find the X-Fly. Yeah, X-Fly model. Let's see if they've got that on their website. They were going to do the. Yeah, they did. So there's a Twin Otter from. That's actually a really big plane from who is it, from Flex Innovations. They've got one, but then check this one out. This is one that's from X-Fly. It actually looks pretty good too. I was impressed with that. The X-Fly actually looks like something I might want to get because it's big, but it's not way too big. Well, 70.9, that's a big ass, that's a big plane. But I like the looks. It looks pretty cool. I just put the link in there. I think it's set up for 6S, which is cool. I like the props. They've got the striped props, a good paint scheme. It's fixed landing gear like the real one is. It's got those quick connect wings. Just a cool looking plane. So there's all these cool things coming out, and it's cool to see that it's a prop plane. It's gonna be good. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not quite sure about something like that just because of transporting to the field. If I did get that, it would be a one plane. That would be that plane, or maybe one or two others taken to the field. But I mean, look, it's got floats that you can get for it. It's got those cool flaps. The Flex Innovations one, I need to look that one up too. Um, but so we'll have to take a look at some of these new planes. But we got to see if there's room for it. But the X-Fly's done some cool stuff. One of my favorite planes right now is the X-Fly T7A. That is by far one of my favorite EDFs. It's the sound it makes. Um, the sound just really surprised me. It's a really good, sounds really good. And the performance, it performs really good. I think that the nozzle's a little too big, which is part of the reason why it sounds so cool. But eventually, I might down that nozzle a little bit and make it. So let me check out. Okay, so thank you for posting that, Hanger 51. He put the flex in there. Let me take a look at the dimensions on that one. It's freaking expensive though. My God, what is 779? It's pretty dang big. For dimensions, do they have dimensions? Oh, it's real fine print. Sheesh. Specification. There we go. All right, so it's let's see. Let's compare. So the X-Fly is 1800 millimeters, 70.9. Okay, so the Flex is a little bigger, 74.25 or 1886 millimeters. No, wait, that's the wingspan. That's the length. Okay, whoa, it's quite a bit bigger. Okay, so wingspan is 90 inches or 2286 millimeters. That's huge. Huge. Um, the X-Fly is quite a bit smaller, 1800, but that makes it go with. And that Flex is huge. Flex doesn't quite look as scale, but it's huge, man. Good lord. Big old plane. Like it can hover and everything. Anyway, take a look at that. The link that Kenny posted. Yeah, it's huge. And if it's going to be a flex plane, it's going to be a 3D, which is cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. So look, more options. How much is the X-Fly? I didn't see a price for the X-Fly. I don't know if I have it up there. Got to go to Amazon. They do. Their Amazon store. A bit. I don't have a whole lot on there though. All products. Well, they've got quite a few on their page. I don't see that new plane yet though. I think that some of the retailers might be the only ones where you can get some of the bigger planes. But yeah, cool to see some options. Buffering. I wish it wasn't buffering. All right, so just gonna take a quick glance at my F-15. Izzy, what are you doing on the table? Crazy cat. Why are you messing with my dang plane? Izzy. She's up on the table. Get off the table, girl. What are you doing on there? Get down. That's not for you. Okay, this is kind of funny. I think she's gonna jump off. Get down, Izzy. Mama, get down. Get down. Jump down. It's kind of funny. Or are you gonna jump all over into your chair? What is she doing? Let me send this to myself so I can see it. Fred Barron, what's up? Izzy, get off of my dang table. Get off of there, booty. Hey, Izzy, get down. Izzy, you just want it because of the. Anyway, I'll have to just get her down later. So Chad had a question. Thanks for coming. You ever flown the Eflite 80 F-16? I haven't flown the 80 Thunderbird scheme, but I have flown it. It's a good plane. Flies good. It will be better if you can get that 2000 kV in there. The 2100 works. Cat. It's a good flying plane. You just have to be prepared for that style of plane. It flies a lot more scale than some of the planes that I think you said you've flown. It flies heavier than your F-18. I know you have an F-18. Flies a little bit heavier than that. This cat, I swear. But it's a good flying plane. When the gears down, it tends to pull to one side to the right. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. 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 There you go. Oh, I have her little house covered, so she's mad. But anyway, it's a good plane. I think I have a video that I did with Nate a little while back, but I had one. I crashed one because I did something stupid. But I do plan to get another one. I have a 90 millimeter free wing in the Thunderbird scheme. So if whenever comes available again, I might order one. FMS has a version. I'm hoping that they get it to the States that has a better fan unit. That's the one I plan to get if I can, because it comes with a 2000 kV. But they're good planes. Does fly different. It flies heavier, so it's not going to float into land. The F-18 from Freewing does float. I know that's what you've got. It does float in pretty nicely to land. I know you've got a little, not quite as light as some of the others, but the F-16 flies much heavier. So you have to be very careful with the way you set up for your landings, because it does not just float, it will drop out of the sky. Anyway, but I did get the nozzles on my F-15. Like I said, I took off the old ones. They were a bit to work really well over a few years that I've had it. A few years meaning I got it in 2016. But it was always lacking. So you could, once you got the momentum up, it was good, but you had to have a lot of energy built up. Otherwise, it would not retain it very well, which is a sign of having too big of an FSA or too big of an exhaust. Spencer Keith was cool enough to send me a couple nozzles from his crashed F-18. So I was able to get those fitted to the plane today. And I need to send that invite to myself so that I can show y'all what I'm talking about. But I did that as once I got home, I'd already torn the uh, the scale ones off. They look really good. They're just too big. Basically, they should have had them when it's more in cruise mode instead of afterburner mode. But with afterburner mode meaning wide open or whatever. But they looked really cool, just were too big. So, well, if it wasn't crashed, I'm sorry. I thought it was crashed. Either way, you took them off. And if you took them off when it wasn't crashed, you shouldn't have done that. But thank you for doing it. Um, I thought it was a crashed plane. But anyway, thank you. I have them back on this, and I'm hoping that it works. So we'll take a look and see if it works. I have a battery. I don't know if I can do that here on the live stream, but I'll at least show you. It does look kind of cool. Looks much better than it did. Um, Mr. Killer Planes, what's happening? I see you. Um, so, Chad, I hope that helped. Um, the only plane I think that the out of the ones that you mentioned that might fly somewhat like the Eflite F-16, maybe the Futura, the 80 Futura, but F-16 flies different. Does fly heavier, but cool plane. Oh, we're out the main gear mounts. Okay, sorry. Um, but again, thank you, Spencer. Spencer sent the nozzles to me, and I put them on in the plane, and I'm hoping it looked good. So I hope it works. I haven't even run it up yet, so maybe I get to do that with y'all here on the stream. But oh, so Kenny, check out what Kenny posted. He posted up the banana hobby selling that Twin Otter. X-Fly. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. I can see it. Okay, so 449 including flaps. That's not bad. Um, yeah, Twin Otter, but it's a pre-order, which kind of sucks. It ain't even in stock, which kind of sucks. But anyway, take a look at it and see. So Fred Barron, oh, he pre-ordered it. Okay, cool. Um, so the E-Flight didn't seem like it needed it. Um, nozzles actually work pretty good. All I did was paint mine to be more scale, and that plane's worked great ever since. I don't know if you saw the videos I posted from Oakdale. That thing's a freaking rocket ship. Um, and it sounds really cool. So maybe it's a little too big. That sound might be a little too big. But the new X-Fly 2300 kV with the 36 millimeter rotor is fantastic in that plane, and it might be better in some of the that X-Fly might be better in some of the other planes too, because it's the same dimensions as an FMS. So it might even work good in that Rafale. So I don't know. It might be try that. I have a guess, but I'm thinking it's probably one of either an F-35 or an F-22. That's what I'm thinking. But if anybody knows, hey, I got no problem with somebody saying it. I think they do know. But say it, y'all. I'm thinking F-35 or F-22. It'd be great if somebody came up with a big F-35. That would be awesome. But I don't know. I know we got a whole bunch of stuff that's out there now. But all right. So what I'll do. No, god dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave her there. I'm just she decided she wants to lay on the table because I put some of the Harbor Freight shipping blankets on my table so that it wouldn't look all nasty when I have the jet up there. Um, don't killer planes. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if it's for sure. I don't know. I'm just saying I think it could be. Um, but my cat, she jumped back up here again, so I'm just gonna have to switch to that other camera, and then I'll have her be part of the show. All right, so hold on a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so can you guys hear me okay? Um, I've got things set up here, and as you can see, she's decided she wants to set up shop here. Her chair and little thing is over there, but she saw a new blanket So she's like, I want to be here, so I'm gonna lay here. So she knows I'm probably gonna make a move, so she's getting all snippy. Hi, mama, goofy girl. So anyway, here's my beat up old F-15. I tore up the living room a little bit to get stuff in here, but here it is. Here's the new nozzles. Thanks to Mr. Spencer Keith for sending those to me. But I got them on there. They actually look pretty good, but I haven't even run it up yet. But let's see, she's still sitting here inspecting. Huh. Boop. But this thing's still beat up. I have a new canopy, have some new stuff. This has been a major test bed for a lot of things. So it's been to hell and back, and I have a lot of different wires and things hanging places because it's been used as a test bed for some things. So let me get my, I'll turn the camera off here for a second, guys. So I got to get my what do you call it, tripod, so that I can doing that right now. But we're going to I haven't actually run it up yet, but I'm gonna connect it, and then of course my cat's still sitting here being a supervisor. But gonna get that battery connected. I charged up the battery. So Izzy, you're not gonna like these sounds. She hates the sounds of my electric planes. She doesn't like the sounds of the motors. So she might jump down once I do this. But I have the burner. I'm plugging in the burner. So like I said, I'm going to be switching this over to 7S, which is why I have this BEC, so that I can run 7 or 8S with no issues. So burner's plugged in, plane's not plugged in, so let's make sure everything's up and out of the way. I'm going to do a burner demo first. It's got the A3L in there, which is going to initialize here, which it just did. So we're going to lower this down a little bit. So there's those nozzles. This is one of the coolest planes that Freewing has made, simply because of all the features that it's got. See, she's getting down. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it making all that noise. She's going to go get into her little house. But lower it down a little bit. Sorry for bumping. But I got those in there pretty good. Might have to do a little bit more work. But I did round them out inside pretty good.
Throttle cut.
There's the burner. I have a new controller I put in there. So you can see the burner. This is just a single, but it's a pretty bright one, so it's good. So that works, but I haven't run it up yet. So what I need to do is pick it up, put that gear down. So there we go. We got the gear down, so it's on its own gear. And I want to make sure that there's nothing obstructing anything. But it looks pretty good, other than the hot glue gun, which we don't want there. But yes, burner works. This was one of my first planes with the burner. Did it a long time ago. But the nozzles worked out pretty good. I did have to do something with the seam here, just to make it look a little better, and smooth it out. But in front of this were the original turkey feather type, and they had, I think there was 8 pieces per side. But this actually worked pretty good. It was pretty smooth inside, and they just ended up transferring over, no real problem. So that worked pretty good. Let's see. So it's the FMS fan in there, and it's already pushing the plane pretty good. Normally, it would take quite a bit of throttle to move the plane, but it looks like the plane's actually trying to move on its own right now, so that's pretty good. So I'll have to do that another time, but the plane does look pretty good, and these are actually pretty well on there. They're not really going anywhere, so I'm happy with the way it looks so far. I just got to test it this weekend, and then if it works good on 6S, then it's going to be amazing on 7. So, because 6S is already fairly good, it just drops off. So I haven't been able to check the chat, guys. Let me see if I can catch up on that. I see 43 messages. Holy crap, I missed a lot. So yeah, so I'm happy with how it turned out. And again, thanks to Spencer Keith for sending these out to me. You didn't have to, but you did, and I appreciate it. And you'll get to see the results. I have a friend who's going to be taking hopefully some decent videos. So we'll be able to get some good video of this. And this is an old beat up bird, but I don't care. It still flies incredible. And with the FMS fan in there, it's going to just going to be good. I've already flown it this way with 6S for quite a while, and it's been good. So I'll save the run up for another time, and I'll save the video so you can see. But there we go. It looks good. Happy with how it went, and we will get some results on Saturday when I take it out to go fly. So it's going to be good. So that's it for this portion. So like I said, I don't want to be on here forever, but we're going to put this away, and I'll take some pictures and post them a little later. But I think it turned out pretty good. I'll check what y'all got to say in the chat here in a little bit. But it was nice to be able to do something different to this plane instead of just the usual stuff. So that is it, and I'll be back on the other camera here in a second. All right, y'all, I'm back. So, yeah, let me check and see what everybody was saying. A big F-22. That's funny. I don't, I've been hearing possibly F-22, but I don't know if that's confirmed or not. F-35 would be great too. I'm just throwing it out there. Be cool to see either one, but we'll see. Um, like Fred Barron's been working on some surface stuff, which is cool. I stopped working on those things because all I did was work. But not gonna knock nobody for doing it. That's cool. Slap nuts, no, it's not. Good portion of it. A lot of the old stuff does. The old stuff, not the new. New things I've actually kept in pretty good shape. Now that I know how to properly store. So like I said, a lot of my stuff's gonna get changed out. Some of the new planes, they're still looking new. D7A still looks new. I think the Futura got beat up a little bit, but the other planes look good. So it looks like Fred Barron says his F-86 is coming on Friday. And yes, yeah, I'm aware of it. You got to use hot steam and a spoon if it goes too far. But yeah, I don't know. They've got so many things that just need to be, and you just need to start over. But anyway, the plane's always flown good. Like I said, I have videos of the F-15 from 2016, and I had that thing screaming back then. It was a high amp draw, but I still had that plane screaming fast back in 2016 with the 40 millimeter boat motor and car motor. And then it ended up being a 4082 first, then a 4092 next. And I was using um, the original individual blade fans, and they were awesome. Yeah. So yeah, Fair RC has it. FMS has it. I didn't choose from FMS site this time just because I couldn't use PayPal, which I don't like. Fair RC, you can use PayPal, and so can Hobby Zone. You can use PayPal. I prefer to use PayPal because that is an extra added protection just in case. Like Mr. Angelo Gelonius Funk got his fiery booty in the F-18. That's cool. If I hope you liked it. I hope you liked it because it looks pretty good in the F-18. I like the F-18, so with the fiery booty in there. So, Killer Planes, thank you for being here. Thanks for taking time to stop by and see little old me. Much appreciated. But I'm going to try to get a live stream out at the field. I don't know. It depends on the weather. The weather's supposed to be decent. Jeff in Laura, Alabama, what is up? I need to make it to your show. Hopefully I can get on there tomorrow. We'll see. Fred Barron, yes, that's always been the problem with the F-15, especially in stock form. It's hard to get up to speed. Once you get it there, it's okay, but then once you lose it, you got to build it up again. So that's just a product of a symptom of the too big of an exhaust. So what I'm going to do after this, I've done a video a long time ago with the where I hold it up and run it up and see how it does. So I'll try that again. I don't know Jeff in Lower Alabama because it's been doing that with a lot of people, not just me. But a lot of people aren't getting notifications anymore, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so cool. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me today. Appreciate you guys being on here again and again. I'm going to throw this out there. Duck Sauce, I will message you here in a minute. It depends on if you have an 8S or a 6S, but I'll message you about the burner. Yeah, yeah, and the F-15 looks amazing. I know Spencer didn't really. I don't think he really cared for his, and a lot of people don't simply because those nozzles are way too big. So it just eats up power. You'll end up putting like 8S and a whole bunch of watts to it, and it will barely move. And I think it's a product of those nozzles. I haven't seen Nate in a while. I saw him at the air show that we did back in October. He's flying a lot, flying the full scale stuff a lot, doing actual full scale formation with his friend. So hopefully one of these days I'll get to take a flight with him. Maybe we'll have him on here and have him do a hangar tour or something. But yeah, he's headed towards being a commercial pilot, so he's doing a lot of flying and studying and goofing off and other stuff. So that's good. Hopefully soon. Maybe over this Christmas break I've got coming up. Okay, Duck Sauce, I will message you here in a little bit. Definitely work that out, and since their stuff is on sale, I'll pop those numbers up there again just so people can see real quick. Free wing outrunners, 80 to 90 millimeter, 25 off for the singles or the twins. So get a hold of me through the website and I'll help you out. And then also for the ones like what Ducky's talking about, $15 off for those. And, yep, we can do it. Make it happen. But that is it for me, y'all. And thanks to everybody for being here. I will put the chat up for a little bit, and then get going after that. But thanks everybody for being here, and I will hopefully see you guys on Saturday, because I'm flying Saturday. I plan to be there all day long, and I will take my camera setup so I can possibly do some stuff at the field. So anyway, thanks y'all, and see you later.